So if your handstand's looking like this, look at those shoulders. This guy's strong, so he can get away with this, but we want to open these shoulders up to where the shoulders are on top of the heels of the hand, to where you're not using those front delts unnecessarily. Still a good handstand. There's no wrong handstand if you're not in pain. But if you want to open that up, these are some movements you can try to, you know, kind of open up that space. And it's really just a shoulder joint. A lot of people think it's the chest, but no, our chest is usually opening up already, but we still have this angle right here. So we want to get this angle opened up at the shoulder to where we can actually knit the chest together, but keep the shoulder there. So that's the whole goal of this workout right now, right? So we're gonna hop into puppy pose. So it's like you're in child pose. We've all been here before, but we're just gonna slowly walk the hands forward. And you see, as I walk the hands forward, more and more pressure will be on that shoulder joint. So you keep walking forward. So David, you can back up on your mat. So when you do walk forward, your hands will still be here. So when you're in your child pose, he's gonna walk forward here. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And his hips are gonna move forward, keep coming. Keep walking, no, keep walking. Yep, crawl the hips forward too. So you see how his hips are slowly coming on top of the knees? So right here, if he pauses, he can try to actively engage his shoulders right now to send his chest to the ground. So can you try to do that? Yeah, and that's just kind of where he is. So he has a nice straight line. So then you can walk forward a little bit more. So while you're doing this at home, you're in your puppy pose, you play with this. So now as his hips are almost above his knees, and now he can do the same thing, engage here, act as if you're trying to reach the chest to the ground, but I wanna throw a little twist at you. Pull up your hands like you're in a handstand here. So lift the hands up like you're pushing an imaginary, the wall is right here, the ground is right here. Yeah. And now I want you to push forward with your hands. Yes, so now he's getting extension here through the shoulders. Yeah. So we're almost in a puppy pose. We're not fully on top of our chest, but we're heavy on the chest. We're engaging the wrist here like he is. Push those hands away from you. And now I want David to gaze through his thumbs. So gaze forward, lift the, yes. So now you're in a handstand. So this is a perfectly straight line from the heels of the hand to the shoulders to the hips. And if we can get comfortable here, keep pushing and keep reaching the chest to the ground, find that straight line. And then now, Dave, I want you to knit the front ribs together. So you're knitting these ribs together a little bit, like you're trying to curl in just a tad bit, but your armpits are still open. You keep pushing through the hands, getting long through the armpit joints, and we imagine we're in a handstand, and I want you to find 3 full breaths there. So breathing through the chest. Yes, so he's a perfectly straight line. And if you don't know what you look like, maybe take a picture of yourself, take a small video. This helps so much. If you can do this here, the only difference is in a handstand is you got more weight on your hands. So the main thing here is to not fall into your shoulders. So keep pushing, push against my hands. Yes. Like you're trying to push your hands as far away from your hips as you can. And you can come up, shake it out.
Ooh.
Feel good?
See.
All right, yeah.
That's a good one. I need that.
So we'll do one more exercise before we hop in. And I'm telling you, that puppy pose, you can play with that as much as you want in many different variations. You can do it on a pole, on a chair. You can do it on the wall. You can do it in so many different ways. This is the most realistic one, to where then you just come into your down dog. So a down dog is the same thing, but now I have my hips, more weight on top of my hands. So now you can pulsate, open up the chest, try to find that straight line. And then that's the game. The only difference is, so here, look, you can already see he's coming forward. So open up the chest, open up the chest, open up the shoulder joints, more. And that's just where he is right now. So hop into a down dog is another way to see, how your shoulder joint mobility is doing. Go ahead and come down. So that's something.
Not great.
Yeah, so that's something you need to work on, obviously. So it's fine. So go ahead and point towards the camera, like me. So here, the last one is to keep the chest knitted together, but do reps here with the shoulder joint. So we can come up right here. So that's just one hand. So protract the shoulders. So whenever you do reach up, you're not retracted, you're pushing, you're protracted. So right here, your hands only have to come down a little bit, and then we pulsate it back. Pulsate it back. Let's do about 20 reps of this. And as you do this, I want you to stay away from doing this in the back. This is now I'm opening up my lumbar, I'm opening up my thoracic, my chest. That's okay, but we're not trying to do that. We're trying to knit together here, stay firm here. Just open up the shoulder joints. So you're engaging a lot of back muscles. You're isolating a lot of the shoulder delt muscles. And we just pulsate here. And maybe right now, you're pulsating right here, like David.
Definitely.
And then in time, you keep going, you get it further back, further back. Maybe at first you're opening up the chest a little bit. You might have to open up the chest a little bit. But then in time, you slowly knit this together while you do that same movement. Wonderful. Shake it out. How you feeling?
That's a burn.
So you might have noticed you're isolating your back muscles. Especially if you're tight in the front, you have to use muscles in the back to open up to that spot. You know, some of us are hypermobile, some of us are not. I used to be tight in the shoulder joint. So now let's try one more time. Be perpendicular to them with your hands. Or go ahead and hop on my mat right here. Let's see how we're doing. Yep.
You're good?
Yep. Perfecto. Hop on up. So look at the shoulders. Keep them open. Yep, I'm gonna hold you up here. So if you have a partner that's gonna help you, yeah. So this is great. Now he is consciously opening up. Even keep going more, a little bit more. Yes, that's it. But now tuck in your weight, your hips. Yeah, now your weight's on top of you. So you wanna find this straight line like he is, and he's working against himself because his shoulders don't wanna be here. He's shaking more than he normally is now. So go ahead and lean forward like you usually are. Yeah, your shoulders go forward. Yeah, now he's using his front delts.
Yeah.
See, it was hard to get him back to his normal state. So once you open up the arms, it's just like you're there for good. So
Yeah, that felt a lot different.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah, so when you're in any handstand, if you're leaning forward, you're using the front delts. This isn't a wrong handstand or bad handstand. It's just a hard one. I'm using a lot of strength. So you open it up here at the shoulder joint. This is different than opening up at the chest. I can open up my chest, but it's all about where my shoulders are in space. So if I open up my shoulder joints, then you can start doing hollow body stuff, like my weight going way over top. That's only because my armpit joints are pushing away, and that's what's holding me in place. And again, the shoulders lean forward, hips have to come over top. So that's a good level to play with. Play around your puppet pose until you're open enough to do your handstands without doing a little mini planche. Good work, man.
It's on purpose.
Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Until next time, see ya.